Hey, happy April, everybody. Welcome to another baseball season. This is Mike Sports Guy. I've been MIA for a little while. Yes, I was going to do a preseason prediction, but then I said, what the heck? I think a lot of stuff is so unpredictable. But I'll get on a few not too bold predictions momentarily. But, of course, got to talk about how the Yankees did. And this isn't going to stay on, but still got to shoot some Cat Mike videos. So, anyway, I decided not to do an April Fool's one this year because after last year, I figured everyone might catch on, and I figured other people were going to be doing that. But should be no surprise to anybody. Opening day, the Yankees pitched CC Sabathia. Should be no surprise to anybody that he looked good in the first inning, a couple of strikeouts, and then should be no surprise to anybody. He had his typical bad inning. It's usually the second, third, or fourth inning in that first start on opening day. This time was the second inning, gives up 4 runs, was one pitch away from getting out of an inning. Instead, walks a guy, extends the inning, and next thing you know, instead of nothing, it's 4-0 Red Sox. So, should be no surprise he did that. Should be no surprise he left after the 5th inning because he couldn't go any further, stamina and all that. And, unfortunately, it should be no surprise that I'm sure the Yankees have no intention of changing the handling of CC Sabathia in April. His record sucks, frankly, in April and March. The few times he's pitched, the season started late March. Whether it's the cold weather, whether it's because he actually does not arrive in spring training in camp in any kind of shape and doesn't really get in shape at the end of spring training, and it takes him a month to get into shape, I don't know. But I do know that I believe over the last 10 seasons, I believe his record now on opening day is 1-2 with an ERA of probably over 5.5. I think it was mid-fives before this start where he gave up 4 runs in 5 innings, which by my count is an ERA of somewhere around 9, more or less, 9 or 10, whatever. So not very impressive. Yes, he's going to be the workhorse. Yeah, he's going to give you 200 innings. And I'm sure the pat answer the Yankees will say, and it may be accurate, is, hey, we got to set up a rotation for the whole season. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon, yada, yada, yada. And, we want to be set up for all of our series. And even if he, goes 1-3 or 1-4 in April, we know, in May and June and July, he's going to be a great pitcher, and we don't want to lose that. Well, that's great. That's what they're going to say, and it's probably accurate. However, what they're not going to say is, look, we're paying him all this money. We know how these athletes are. We don't want to hurt his feelings, ruffle any feathers. We can't start somebody else because he's supposed to be our ace. You start your ace. We don't want to be an insulted Heidi boy and having hurt feelings the whole rest of the season. Even though, he looks more like the late Patrice O'Neal, like I mentioned last year, I'm a big fan, than, a dominant pitcher, they're not going to risk ruffling feathers. The fact is that as crappy as he pitches in April, and all these games do count, and especially when you're opening up against the Red Sox, your arch rival, forget about the fact they finished dead last and stunk last year. Law of averages says they got to be at least better than they were last year. I don't think they could possibly play any worse. And they got some promising young players. I know they just won't do it, but the fact is, to my mind, you got some other kids, maybe you want to give them a chance in April. You pretty much know Sabathia is going to stink his first 3 or 4 starts to open the season. When you're opening against the Red Sox or division rivals, I don't think you can afford to give those games away. I think it's going to be real tight this year. I think the worst teams got better, and the better teams may have gotten worse. So, me personally, maybe you keep him in Tampa. Maybe you pitch him in AAA, whatever, for a couple of starts. Now, maybe there's some stuff where you can't do that, collective bargaining. I honestly don't know. I'm not an expert with that. But frankly, I wouldn't keep giving games away. The only reason he's only 1-2 over the last 10 years is because, frankly, he's been on teams where the offense has kind of bailed him out, where the bullpen has helped steady things when he left. As soon as the Red Sox scored 4 runs today, on opening day, I figured it was over. Once they got the fifth run, I was like, that's it. This team right now, missing half their studs, half their sluggers, more than half their offense. They're not scoring 6 runs today. And their whole offense was a 2-run single by Cervelli with the bases loaded. That was it. So, you know, he didn't have an offense to bail him out today, give him the no decision. He certainly wasn't getting a win. But anyway, I've gone over 5 minutes talking about this. Just really bothers me because every year they're going to do the same thing. This guy clearly just doesn't have the ability to be in shape when he leaves spring training, to be in pitching shape. And other guys come out and they're lights out. And I know he's not a kid, but you look at the kid on the Nationals, and of course I'm having a senior moment and blanking out his name. The kid who's probably going to win the Cy Young for the National League this year, the kid they shut down at the end of last year. He had no problem because it was April 1st or April 2nd. He had no problem throwing lights out. And a lot of other guys don't either, even some older pitchers. So I don't buy this. Well, you know, it's April. He'll get in shape. We don't want to give games away. I'm tired of it. Frankly, I'm sick and tired of it. Every year, it's the same thing. I respect CC Sabathia. We know we're going to get our 200 innings from him, and he's probably going to win 18, 20 games. We can't afford to give away these games in April when he can't pitch. Me personally, I would have given a start to Andy Pettitte or Hiroki Kuroda, either of whom have earned it. And I would have moved Sabathia back. Frankly, I might have left him out the first couple of weeks and said, look, you know, your velocity is down. We know how you pitch in April. Look, we're opening up against the Red Sox. Can't afford to give these games away. And you know what? Maybe that would be a motivation if he has any real pride and isn't just, you know, doesn't just care about the paycheck. Maybe he would actually be motivated to work his butt off in spring training and be in shape on opening day. So he's not an embarrassment again on opening day. Pitch one good inning and labor in the second or third inning and give up 3 or 4 runs and put the Yankees behind the 8 ball before they even get to the middle of the game, before we can even get to the bullpen. So Mariano has no chance to come out. So that's it. I'm at this point over 7 minutes. It's probably one of the longest Spike Sports guys I've ever done, but it just really ticks me off that I hold my breath every time Sabathia takes the mound in April, especially opening day, and I just hope that the bullpen can hold it and the bench, or we can score late, or the studs can score late. Didn't happen this time, and I just hope that he doesn't blow every game in April until he gets his act together. That's it for this one, other than, okay, real fast, I think the kid on the Nationals is going to win the Cy Young most likely, and Bryce Harper's probably going to win the MVP. Well, those are preseason favorites. Anything can happen. Kid Trout in the American League could have won it last year, probably win it this year for MVP. And Verlander or Weaver, Barrett Weaver, probably right now should be the favorites for the Cy Young. They're not going to give it to King Felix again, especially since Seattle is probably going to suck. So anyway, that's it. Wrap it up. Believe it or not, it's 8.5 minutes. But I've been away for a long time, so I'm making up for it. And next time I'll actually be in my set, instead of hanging out in the bedroom. And you all have a good one.